Hello, and we are back. What's up, my friends? This is JockDock, and we have Vanderbilt, we have Florida, we have two teams that are 4-4. We have two teams that hate each other. Vandy probably garnering more hate than Florida because, well, Florida put a whacking on them last time, 66-37, when they played in Vandy. This time they're in the swamp, and you see some of the numbers there. You know, Vandy's pretty impressive. Pass offense, in particular. We got total offense, pass offense, rush defense. And we won our last game, beat Georgia pretty handily. No injuries, darn good thing there. No national championship for us, that's for sure. Man, our TV record stinks. Vanderbilt has lost 3 in a row coming in. They've lost one guy for sure, Greer, their right tackle. He won't play for sure. The center Robinson and the middle linebacker Pettit are probable for this game. If they play, maybe they'll score a bunch of points like they did last time. But like I said, it wasn't enough for them then, and they scored 37, I believe. As you see, won 3 in a row, lost 3 in a row, and hopefully we'll be back on a winning streak. And Vanderbilt lost 3 in a row, and that was after winning 3 in a row. Almost mirror images, exactly, of one another. Here's the Gators stats. Williams had a big year, almost 2,300 yards, 11 touchdowns. Unfortunately, 9 interceptions, nearly 300 yards last week against Georgia, and ran for 38 yards. That's pretty good for him. Walters, almost 900 yards, 11 touchdowns, healthy average of 5.6. Gotta love that. 213 yards and 4 touchdowns against Georgia's defense. Man, that's cooking. 3 receptions, 37 yards. Got some good defense as well. Morgan on this flip side, over 2,100 yards, 18 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. Nearly had 300 yards last week himself. And these guys can run the ball. Don't forget that. You got Ty Hunter, 820 yards, 8 touchdowns. Huge game last week. Weaver, huge game last week as well. This guy is something else to behold. Brown, Parker, and Patterson. Those are the big 3 for the defense. Leading tackles, interceptions, and sacks, respectively. They're both 4-4. Let's see how it comes out. Wait for it. Bing! Dinner's ready. And the final score, Florida 47, Vandy 28. So both teams scored less points. But Florida comes out on top again. Vandy, pretty tough. As you saw in the stats, they don't die easily. At least normally they don't. But Florida really put it on their heads. Actually, 33-7 at the half. Nothing nice. But let's check out things quarter by quarter. Things started off with an interception. Morgan looking. Nobody really accosting him until maybe 61 broke through. But by that time, he threw the ball away and had the ball picked. Maybe rushed a little bit. Smith made the pick. We got the ball. Went down the field a little bit. 33-yard field goal by Beach, who has been just spot on all year long. These guys get the ball back, and then they play this, man, get a little bit of revenge there. Man, Weaver going over his head, 49 yards. So you can't sleep on these guys. You can't do it. It never hurt you like that. So we get the ball back eventually, and we start making some big plays on offense. Check this out. Great blocking. Nice throw over the middle. Got Keller for a nice bit of yardage. 23 yards. Tried to hit him 2 other times. Failed. Tried to hit Collins. Failed. But we got 3 out of it. So that's something. They get the ball back. Can't do anything with it. And Florida gets it back. And we get 3 more. Yeah, so we're like kicking touchdowns, so to speak. Vanderbilt gets the ball. They can't do anything with it again. But we make a big play with our most consistent receiver, Collins. Watch this nice little throw. Nice job. Loosely double covered, but Williams made a nice little throw, just right over their heads. And then, once he got to the 10-yard line, this happened. Man, he runs by 2 guys, he runs by 2 others, but those 2 first guys, that's no excuse. They should have had him. They should have. They had him dead to rights, but they just failed. Crazy stuff. But anyway, 16-0 at the end of the first quarter. Florida gets it back, and we make another big play. Watch this. Williams threw for a lot of yardage, and this is one reason why. Walters, when you have a halfback, you can come out of the backfield like that and run good routes and catch the ball like that. You got to use them, and they did it. Great addition. And Keller, touchdown. Made it look so easy. You can see the dejection in the body language of the men in black and gold. Should have done a little bit of better job there. But here's an interception. Morgan gets picked off again. He wasn't rushed. Just a bad throw. Sometimes they make bad throws, even the best of them. And that time Matthews, number 24, took advantage of it, picked it off. Florida's ball. And then it's the Walters show for the most part. And it gets stopped. 31 field goal by Beach. He scored 3 more points. Vandy gets the ball back. And then lightning strikes. Pick 6. Running this one all the way back. And if you're Morgan, you got to feel like, oh boy, what do we have to do here? But you know what? They do get a little bit of revenge because watch this pass. Morgan had a great pocket. Pino caught at about the 22, ran it the rest of the way in for the score. I tell you, that little guy is pretty good. These guys work together so well. I mean, it's like a pro unit almost. Really good. And the outside guys have pretty good height. And Pino, not so big, but again, it all works out. And you see, big play here. And this is Long, number 82, our tight end. Normally, our tight ends don't get a lot of play, don't get a lot of glory, so to speak. But that was a nice one. 69 yards, legging it in for a touchdown. And the defense made another. Well, okay, no, defense didn't make a play this time. That was just a heck of a play by Morgan and Beach. 21 yards down the field, and then they zap Florida's defense again. He steps, throws, and lofts it right over everybody's head to Mr. Weaver again. 38 yards. Told you, these guys are pretty good. And from the 4-yard line, Mr. Brooks ran it in off of a pitch out. Made it look easy once again. Guess we were looking for something on the inside. They gave us something on the outside. And they got 6+1 on that drive. Gators get it back. Got to punt it to him. Vandy gets it back. And he gets sacked. Watch this. Wham. Strip sack. Now they get the ball back. But I believe they ended up having to punt this one away, as they did. We get it back. And then number 2 gets sacked. It's a 9-yard loss. And doggone those screens. When the screens don't work, they really don't work. Usually ends up with the quarterback getting sacked. And that's how that one ended. Oh, look, there's an interception. Morgan gets picked off again by Smith. Watch this. It's another Smith. And just overthrew the ball a little bit. That's all it takes sometimes. Get the ball back at 3:10, and then we fumble the ball away. Gave it to Caps, and Caps gave it to Vandy. One of the few low spots for Florida all the game long on offense. But you have to give it to Vandy because they come right back. The very next play, Morgan throws this one to Weaver, who's like, gosh, and nobody's even covering him. They pretended that he didn't even exist. 54 yards later, he's got a touchdown. Kick is good. And they got a nice little TD under their belt. Now, fourth quarter. Interception. Morgan picked off once again. And a poor pass over the middle. Most of the picks that he has made, he didn't have anybody in his face. It just seems to be poor decision making. Throwing the ball right to our guys. Which is fine. Hey, the Gators works out just well. Oh yeah, it was a 7-yard touchdown that Mr. Weaver ran in. Kick is up and good. And we give it back to Vanderbilt and say, okay, let's see what you can do. And they have it for a lot of plays. And they end up scoring a touchdown. And the guy who has been burning us all game long, burned us again. End zone, touchdown Vanderbilt. Kick is up and good. And that's their last 7. Onside kick was recovered by Vanderbilt. And that gets taken away from them. Wow. So, terrible day, to say the least, for that passing and for that offense, just overall. And that's how you got 47-28. But let's look at the player stats, shall we? All right, Tyrone Williams, 20 of 38, 346 yards, 2 touchdowns, did not throw a pick at all. Fantastic job by TW. Sacked only once. That's amazing. You see him getting it sacked at least 3 times a game. But here it is. Walters, 115 yards, 2 scores. Williams, only 13 yards on 5 attempts, but he's not the main ball carrier, so you don't worry about that. But overall, good game. Good rushing game. Stephen Jacobs, wow, 6'4". Keep forgetting that. 5 for 86. Good game for him. Walters, 4 for 33. Man, he caught a lot of passes for a halfback. Collins, 4 for 82. Keller, only 3 catches, but for 53 yards and a score. Can't argue with that score. I just want him to catch a lot more than that. Clayton, 2 for 14. Long, 2 for 78. That's a healthy average, isn't it? But 69 of those went on that long touchdown play. Nice job for him. Also got a pancake. And let's see who else got out. Marshall. Oh, the left tackle, 6'7", 319. Big boy. Bo Taylor gave up a sack, but you don't worry too much about that on a day like this. Let's see, leading tackler. Surprise, surprise. Kenneth Allen. The guy's ranked 9. It has a 99 rating. Wow, somehow I keep failing to see that, but there it is. God, no wonder he balls out every game. Pope with the only sack. Pope with the only sack on the entire team all game long against Morgan. It's amazing. Greg Smith, the sophomore, man, that's a breakout day for him. 2 interceptions. Chris White got him 1. Nicholas, freshman corner. Freshman. Matthews got him a pick. He's redshirt sophomore. And Smith, also a sophomore. A lot of our young guys coming up with big plays. That bodes well, perhaps, for the rest of the year. I don't know. See the deflections there. It's been a few deflections. Molly Moore getting him 1. Oh, Pope getting him 1 as well. When you get your defensive lineman doing that, then that's a darn good sign. You're getting pressure, big time pressure. And let's see, no fumble recoveries for them. Got the 1 touchdown by Nicholas. Returning that one. Oh, excuse me. So sorry for yawning. But Donnie Beach 4-4 on the field goals. Of course, not missing any on the extra points. Man, I mean, and they're from far out. Most of them. McCarthy, dude is very lacking. Not a whole lot going on there on the return game. 33 of 61, 434 yards, 3 touchdowns, but 6 interceptions. That blots out anything else. Albert Morgan, he's a senior. Man, he should know better than that. What the heck was he thinking about out there? He said most of those interceptions, he had nobody in his face. Just threw him behind the receiver or just too far, to this, to that. Doug Brooks led the team with 20 yards and a touchdown. 20 yards, man, that's awful. The overall stats are going to be scary looking. But then trying to run against Florida Gators run defense is tenuous at best. Bruce Weaver, here's the guy. 6 catches, 188 yards. Man, that's a nasty average. 2 touchdowns. And then Doug Brooks chipped in 5 catches for 21. Patrick Horner, tight end, 5 for 41. Busy guy today. 6'7". Wow. Beach, 5 for 47. Richard, sophomore. Pino, he's 6'1", taller than I thought. 5 for 83 in the touch. Let's see. Russell, 3 for 24. Bates, 2 for 14. Ford, 1 for 9. And Johnson, 1 for 7. Branch gave up a sack. Donnie Reed, 10 tackles to lead the team. Freshman. Wow. Okay. Wow, that's pretty doggone good for a freshman, especially. Stephen Willis led with 2 TFLs. Few other guys had TFLs. Apparently wasn't enough. 47 points, despite all that. But they got some Well, their talent level's not all that great either. Scott Patterson with the 1 sack for them. No picks. Donald Brown had a good day. At least he got 3 deflections. He's one of the better players day to day on this team. And see, fumble. Oh yeah, Anthony Adkins, he forced a fumble. And Thibodeau jumped on it. We'll see how both of these teams fare the rest of the year. I mean, so let's see, Stan Willis. Okay, so he punts as well, and not very well. Let's see, Donald Brown, one of the more talented players. Lindsey Weaver, good 14-yard punt return. And let's look at the team's stats. This is where it starts to get very interesting. Okay, first down is just about even. Total offense, Gators have a few yards advantage. Look at that. 14 rushes, only 9 yards. Are you kidding me? That's nasty. Passing yards went to the Commodores. Yeah. Third down conversions. Florida was terrible. Vanderbilt nearly 50%. Fourth downs, 1 of 3 for Gators. They didn't even try. Well, yeah, they did try once. Whoops. And they just failed on it. But those turnovers, oh my gosh. Almost every time, the one who has the fewest turnovers wins the game. It just goes almost lockstep, hand in hand. But that, my friends, is the ball game between these two. Florida wins again over the Vanderbilt Commodores. If the Commodores would just get their talent level up, maybe by a grade, instead of seeing a whole lot of 64s and 66s, maybe get some 74s and 76s in there, have a fighting chance, that'd be great. But I digress. Take care. We'll have some more up before very long. And I will see you next time. God bless.